to the person who is being sentenced and the others. So for us to show this country, for it to be a lesson to others who are going to take these seats, the CSs, for those who are taking work in government, for it to be a lesson to them, we need to form that commission of inquiry on matters state capture. Mr. Speaker, the President talked about the judiciary, and again, we agree with him, because if you don't fund the judiciary, they're going to be a puppet of the executive. And Mr. Speaker, again being a victim, for a government that is rogue, the judiciary is your best friend. So we should empower the judiciary by giving them resources. Mr. Speaker, there was an issue here that was raised in the previous debates, the issue of agriculture. And I'm really happy the President is putting a lot in the agriculture sector, because this is the backbone of our economy. But there was an issue of GMO, Mr. Speaker. I would want to weigh in and ask this House to at least do a little bit of research before opposing the issue of GMO. Mr. Speaker, my grandfather, who actually died before I was born, was a dealer with GMO products. I believe even today, in every village, there is a man there or a woman who is dealing with GMOs in this country. And Mr. Speaker, what I'm talking about is, there is an old man somewhere who takes an avocado tree, splits it in the middle, and then brings another branch from another mango tree or another avocado tree and puts them together. Mr. Speaker, that is genetically modifying that avocado tree. That is what we call grafting, Mr. Speaker. So before we fight this idea, I think we should do a little bit of research and get to understand what it means when the Cabinet approves the GMO or biotech crops. I had a senator saying that GMO brings cancer. Mr. Speaker, nobody knows. And if at all there is evidence, we are willing to adopt that evidence. And Mr. Speaker, a country called Zambia grows cotton that is a GMO crop. Swaziland and Zimbabwe, they grow the same. Mr. Speaker, I believe no one would get cancer by wearing a T-shirt that has already been developed from cotton that is a GMO kind of food. So, Mr. Speaker, as I wind up, I ask this House to do a bit of research, and at least we have been given the mandate to legislate so that we can say, if we agree that the GMO should be allowed in this country, we can come up with a law. We say, is it cotton, is it corn, or is it any kind of crop? Finally, Mr. Speaker, this House was promised to have a Senate Oversight Fund. Mr. Speaker, this fund will help, because as the way things are today, Mr. Speaker, this Senate is probably a puppet of the Auditor General. Because, Mr. Speaker, we wait for the governor to expedite and use all the county monies. Then we wait for the Auditor General to do his audit. When they bring that report here, then we start asking questions to the governors. Where were we when all these things was happening? So, Mr. Speaker, I believe